So you're thinking about moving to Orange County, you've done your research, and maybe right now it's between Laguna Beach and Newport Beach, but you're not quite sure which is the best location for you. Well, today you're in luck. I'm going to talk about these two great neighborhoods. Which is the best place to raise a family or to retire to? What is the education, the crime? What are the locations? And basically, which one is better for you? Newport Beach or Laguna Beach? Come on, let's get to it. All right, let's start with arguably the more famous location, Newport Beach. Population 85,000. It's 53 square miles, and it's slightly more north than Laguna Beach, which has a population of 24,000 people, and it's just 10 square miles. So as you can see, Laguna Beach is quite a bit smaller in population than Newport Beach. So let's just jump straight into the location. As you can see, Laguna Beach is further south than Newport Beach, so I think a lot of people would argue when it comes to the location, getting to places, getting up into LA, getting to John Wayne Airport, for example, Newport Beach is slightly more advantageous. It's just 20 minutes north of Laguna Beach, but that makes such a big difference when you're commuting to different places. Now, if you're heading down to San Diego on a regular basis, obviously Laguna Beach is closer to San Diego, closer to Dana Point and San Clemente. But if you are wanting to work in Irvine, maybe you're going to LA more often, location, Newport Beach is the winner if you ask me. So what about homes? You're obviously on here, I would think. Maybe you're relocating, seeing what Orange County is like. Well, when it comes to buying homes in Newport Beach, Laguna Beach, to be honest, the average price is pretty even. It's about $3 million. Now, the entry-level price to get in, Newport Beach is about $800,000. Laguna Beach, a little bit more expensive at $1 million. Obviously, both are on the beach. So if you want ocean views, Newport Beach, Laguna Beach is going to have you covered. Now, if you want to be set back, maybe you want beautiful ocean views, beautiful views from up in the hills. Personally, I would say Laguna Beach has better views from the hills. Also, when it comes to architecture of the homes, for my own vibe, I prefer Laguna Beach. They're a little bit more traditional, a little bit older, and if you ask me, just have a little bit more character. Newport Beach, there's a lot more new builds going in, people buying old properties, tearing them down and building these big monster, luxurious, modern homes that we're very, very prone to seeing now in Orange County and up in LA as well. So depending on what you want, Newport Beach, Laguna Beach, different vibe in homes. If you have a very large budget, $10 million plus, once again, Laguna Beach, Newport Beach, they both have options for you. But if I had to narrow it down, I've got a $10 to $20 million budget. Where am I going to live? What neighborhood gives me the best homes? More of a choice. I'm going with Newport Beach. Controversial, but I am. In case you're wondering who I am, I'm Matt Tilley, the British bloke. I'm a local realtor. And if you have any questions, please reach out. I'm more than happy to help. So you're thinking of raising a family. You're not quite sure Newport Beach or Laguna Beach. It's really, really close. And obviously everything I always say is, for me, a personal preference. So if I've got a young family, and even teenagers, to be honest, I think I'm going to raise them in Newport Beach. There's a little bit more hustle and bustle. You're closer to the shops if the teenagers want to go and spend a day at the mall. You're closer to LA. And I just think there's more of a younger community vibe. So if I'm raising a family, I'm choosing Newport Beach. However, if I'm retiring, I'm choosing Laguna Beach. I just think it's a little bit more quaint, slightly slower pace of life, slightly older average age. So while both are very close in raising families and retiring, I just think retirement in Laguna Beach, when I walk around the town of Laguna Beach, it's really relaxing. I'm a huge, huge fan. So once again, like I said, it's definitely personal preference, but Laguna Beach to retire, Newport Beach to raise a family. What about job market? You're looking to relocate, maybe you're just moving to Newport Beach. You've got to work, you've got to raise your family. Which is best for jobs? Personally, I would say Newport Beach. You're closer to Irvine, which is the #1 job hub in the whole of Orange County. You're closer to LA if you work up there as well. And in Newport Beach, there's a lot of tech, a lot of sales job as well. So when it comes to job, yeah, Laguna Beach, you can live in Laguna Beach and work quite easily. But if I had to choose Newport Beach, Laguna Beach, career and jobs, I'm choosing Newport Beach. What about walkability? For me, walkability in a neighborhood that I live in is huge. Walk into a coffee shop, restaurants, shops, whatever you want to do, even the schools. I think walkability should be really high up on your radar when deciding where to live. It's very close. Obviously, Newport Beach is a lot bigger than Laguna Beach, so you will need a car. But you also need a car in Laguna Beach as well to get in and out. But when it comes to walkability, if push came to shove and I had to choose which neighborhood is best, I'm saying Laguna Beach. I think walking up and down the town center, going to the art galleries and the restaurants and the bars, walkability, it's got to be Laguna Beach. Okay, you want to move somewhere, you just want to be out of the hustle and bustle. You don't want it to be crazy. You don't want it to be nuts. Well, both of them during the summer, there is a lot of tourism. Obviously, like I said earlier, Newport Beach is world famous. A lot of people travel to Newport Beach in the summer to use the beaches in the town, and the same with Laguna Beach. So if you want to move somewhere where there's not a lot of tourists, personally, I wouldn't choose either. However, on a monthly basis, taking out maybe the summer months, Laguna Beach is definitely a little bit more sleepy. When I say sleepy and slower, don't think dull or boring. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying Laguna Beach is a little bit more sleepy, a little bit more quaint, and a slightly slower pace of life. If you want a little bit more hustle and bustle, families, young families, restaurants, trendy bars, Newport Beach is for you. Newport Beach, Laguna Beach, both are expensive. Like I said, both $3 million to buy in. There is a lot of money in both neighborhoods. But if you ask me, Laguna Beach, the residents, they kind of hide their money. They don't really flaunt it. Newport Beach, I've heard before, it's a bit bro-y. People flaunting their cash more. Just a little bit more yuppie. It's a younger crowd, so you know what younger people do? They flaunt their cash a little bit more. So, yeah, Newport Beach, a bit more flashy. Laguna Beach, people with just the same amount of money, but they don't flaunt it. If you don't want people flashing their cash, flashing their wealth, Laguna Beach is probably a better option. What about shopping? You want to be close to the malls. Maybe you've got some teenage daughters who love just spending the day at the mall with their friends. I think it's a clear winner if you ask me. Newport Beach, it's close to Fashion Island. It's close to South Coast Plaza. So when it comes to shopping, these are really, really good malls, by the way, as well. So yeah, when it comes to shopping, Newport Beach, clear winner. And what about outdoor activities? Everyone wants to move to California, the beautiful weather. Take advantage, get the kids off the iPad, get on the bikes. If you're retiring as well, you want to be active. That's always good in retirement. Keep yourself busy and healthy. Personally, I would say Laguna Beach. You're right by Crystal Cove. You've got some parks. Obviously, you've got the beaches as well. Newport Beach, you've got the marina, you've got sailing, you've got the yachts. It's a short drive to Crystal Cove. Don't get me wrong, it's not very far. But for some reason, in my head, if you want outdoor activities, I'm going Laguna Beach. Okay, one thing I have to bring up. Newport Beach, you're spending a lot of money on these homes. You are in a flight path, depending on where you live in Newport Beach. And sometimes when those planes go overhead, they are pretty loud. So if you're gonna drop $5, $6, $7 million and all of a sudden you're sitting on your rooftop and these planes are going overhead, you might be pretty frustrated. So when you're looking for a home, talk to me or whoever your realtor is and make sure you are not in the flight path. It can be very annoying. If you're in Laguna Beach, you don't have to worry about that. So when it comes to airplane noise, Laguna Beach, obviously the winner. So you want to own a boat. Maybe you want to teach your kids sailing or you just want to be in that environment. Personally, I think Newport Beach is the winner. You've got the docks there. You've got the marina. Lots of boats, a lot of people in the community love their sailing. It does happen in Laguna Beach, but if I had to say which one is best for sailing and boating and yachting, Newport Beach is the winner. And what about Nichecom? Like I said, if you're looking to research neighborhoods, I really like Nichecom. It goes into a lot of detail, crime, schools, has reviews from residents, which I really think are helpful when trying to decide. And Niche.com had Laguna Beach as the 48th best place in the whole of California to retire. But they had Newport Beach at number 9. So if you're asking Niche.com which is best to retire, they're going against what I say. They're saying Newport Beach. Okay, let's talk schools. Obviously, where there's money, there's always good schools. So whether you want to go to Laguna Beach, private school, public school, Newport Beach, public school, private school, you are going to find excellent schools. I always say, don't ask your realtor when it comes to deciding on schools. Different people have different preferences. Do your research. There's plenty of websites out there. Now, if I'm deciding for my own choice, I'm probably going to say Newport Beach, but it's very, very close. The same with crime. They're both great neighborhoods. Obviously, where tourists are coming in their droves throughout the year, there's always a little bit of crime. Same with beach towns. There's always a few homeless people as well. However, if I had to pick a winner, and as you can see here, Newport Beach, the crime statistics are very good, slightly better than slightly better than Laguna Beach, if you ask me. So when it comes to crime, Newport Beach is the winner. Restaurants, you want some nice trendy restaurants, Newport Beach once again. It's just a bigger city, so when it's bigger, it's going to have more choice. Laguna Beach has some great options, but if you want some trendy nightlife, maybe you're in your early 20s or your 30s, a young professional looking to build a life, you want some good bars, more of a scene, more trendy, Newport Beach, clear winner. Both are amazing neighborhoods. Nichecom gave Laguna Beach an A, but it gave Newport Beach an A+. Me personally, I always enjoy a community more based on the architecture of the homes. I'm a realtor. That's kind of what I'm driven to. Walkability and the architecture of the homes. For me, that's Laguna Beach. I just think they are superior in both those topics. So if I'm raising a young family though, does Newport Beach win? Maybe it does. It's so close to call. Check out my other videos. I did a video just on Newport Beach. I did a video just on Laguna Beach. So definitely watch those for more information. But they are both impressive neighborhoods. Really, really great. I'm Matt Tilley, the British bloke. I'm a local realtor. I made the move from England back in 2008. I know what it's like to make a scary move across states or even across continents. So please reach out. I'm more than happy to answer any questions. Trust me, I can definitely help you. Hope to hear from you.